With retail release of Lorcana next week, I figured it would be interesting to look at the most expensive cards in Chapter 1 as something to look back on later. I am going to be excluding enchanted rares from this list because those are clearly the most expensive cards and it's not particularly close. Before we start this list, I want to give an honorable mention to Stitch Rockstar, which the foil version is currently sitting at around $21 and the non-foil is just behind at $15. This card is a great card in Amber decks, and while it falls just out of the top 10 right now, I believe as the meta continues to develop and this card keeps seeing play, this card will crack into the top 10. At number 10, we have Be Prepared, with the foil version selling for $22 and the non-foil version is going for about $15. This card's price is on the rise and for good reason. It is an absolute multiple copy staple in Ruby decks. Thankfully, this is just a rare and not a super rare or legendary, because this card would probably be double its price if it was. This card is the greatest piece of removal in Lorcana currently, and as such is going to stay as one of the top costing rares. At number 9, we have A Whole New World, with the foil version going for a little over $23 and the non-foil version coming in at about $14. This card has seen a massive decline in price, and I believe this is due to the card not being as good as people thought in play. Yes, you get to discard your hand and draw 7, but so does your opponent. Right now, I mainly see this in deck out mill strategies and assume that's causing the price to come down. At number 8, we have Lilo Making a Wish, which foil is $28 and the non-foil is about $13. With being a 1 ink cost card and questing for 2 lore, Lilo is an absolute 4 of staple in aggro decks. Like Be Prepared, even though she is only a rare card, I expect her to stay as the highest costing rare card as her prices are just going up and up. At number 7, we have Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, whose foil is currently selling for $39 and the non-foil is selling for about $25. Tinkerbell is a staple in steel color decks, and if Lorcana printed this as a legendary like the rest of our top list, this card would easily be in the $70 range. Her ability to put blanket damage on the board when played that dodges ward and adding more damage when banishing a card is amazing. Luckily for people wanting to play steel, Tinkerbell is just a super rare. Coming in at number 6, we have Hades Infernal Schemer, which foil is selling for about $46, and the non-foil is right around $27 to $28. This card has been dropping in price, and I believe that's due to its usage dropping in play. When I play Sapphire Ramp or when I play against Sapphire Ramp, there is generally only 1 or 2 of these in the decks. If this card starts seeing more play, it might go up a little bit, but being a legendary, this is right about where I would expect it to stay. At 5, we have Maleficent Monstrous Dragon, with the foil going for about $70 and the non-foil version at about $50. This Maleficent has dropped in price in recent weeks as more are being opened up, but I fully expect this to stay one of the more expensive cards because first, it's a legendary, and second, just like Be Prepared, you need multiple copies of this in any Ruby deck you are going to be playing. Number 4 is our Chapter 1 mascot, Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor, whose foil is selling for right around $71, with the non-foil hanging out around $25. I expect the foil version of this card to hold value because it's the mascot of this set and it's Mickey Mouse, but right now the meta isn't really saying this card is a must-have in Ruby decks. It is a 3 lore questing card with evasive, but in my playing I don't see much if any of him in Ruby decks. If that changes, this card could see an increase in cost. At 3, we have Elsa Spirit of Winter, which the foil is going for about $74, with the non-foil version hanging around $48. This one shocks me because this one probably should be the most expensive non-enchanted card because of how good it is. Elsa Spirit of Winter is one of the best control cards in the game currently, and multiple copies are run in any Amethyst control tech. Also, the enchanted rare of this card is the most expensive card in the set. This card used to be going for over $100, but has seen a big decline in the last week. I expect as prices settle after release that while it shouldn't be over $100, it should claim the most expensive spot. At number 2, we have Rapunzel Gifted with Healing, whose foil is going for right around $75, with the non foil version hovering right around $50. This is a strange one to me. This card is steadily going up in price, and while I understand she is a Disney princess and that drives prices up, I really would expect both of our previous two cards, Maleficent Monstrous Dragon and Elsa Spirit of Winter, to be above Rapunzel, just because they are more widely needed in their respective ink colors. Now, I'm not saying she's not good in Amber decks, because she absolutely is. I just didn't expect to see her over those other cards in the number 2 spot. At number 1, we have Belle Strange But Special, whose foil is going for about $78 to $79 right now, with the non-foil version hanging around $50. This card is number 1 because she is one of the main Disney princesses, and she had a lot of pre-release hype, with Sapphire being a ramp deck and her having the ability to quest for 5 lore. In playing, I'm seeing less of Belle, and so I do think eventually she will lose the number 1 spot, but she will most likely stay pretty expensive because she is a legendary and a Disney princess. If you made it this far in the video, I sincerely wish you good luck in your upcoming Lorcana pools, and let me know what you're looking forward to getting. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing for more Lorcana videos.